Hi, welcome to Wowza Wednesday, my friends. Good to see ya. I always love Wowza Wednesday. I always have to reconnect twice, I don't know why, so thanks for bearing with that first one. So today on Wowza Wednesday, it's exciting, and I'm going to show you how to tie-dye a shirt. So it's pretty great. We're going to kind of work in reverse because I want to show you the result, and then I'm going to show you how we accomplished the result, Andrea and I. So this is what we have right here. This is our tie-dye shirt. So I'm going to take these rubber bands off right now, and we'll see the result, and then we'll talk about how you can accomplish this result, okay? Dun, dun, dun. Now this is a very simple project. You know, an old shirt, you can use one that you've had laying around. As long as it's a light color, it works best that way. You can do it on darker shirts too, but this is better on white. So let me take these rubber bands off. We may have gone overboard with the rubber bandage, but you can't resist, because that's a fun part. Okay, maybe I should just cut these off for the sake of time, but we like hanging out together, right? So it's okay, we can take some time. This project, you may want to wear gloves if you're partial to clean hands. Me, I don't mind so much. So I got 3 more, I think, rubber bands on here. One more. And this is kind of a learning process because there's a lot of different ways you can put the color onto a shirt, a lot of different ways you can do the rubber bands. I googled a bunch of different methods of doing this, and there were some like phenomenal designs that people have created with these different rubber band placement. Okay, so it looks kind of messy, but let's find out what happened. Look at that! We kind of got a little tie-dye action going on here. You know, your typical tie-dye action. Hi! Let's unroll this sleeve. So looking at this one, kind of looks like we probably put too much color on it. That's pretty saturated. So once you undo your rubber bands, I won't do it now, but once you undo it, you need to run this through a lot of water because there's a ton of excess color in this shirt that you'll want to rinse out. And yeah, so do that, and then it'll be ready to wear. You can launder it too. You can just put it through your wash, but do it by itself or everything else is going to turn that color, okay? So let me show you how we accomplish this. First, let me rinse my hands off a little bit. Just a second. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you this right now is because you can tie-dye these shirts with egg color stuff. You know, when you color your eggs for your Easter eggs, and you always have extra left over, and you're like, what the heck do I do with this? Well, you can use that to color your eggs. Okay, so I've got a shirt here, and what I've done first is I've put this shirt in water with vinegar, because the vinegar does something to the shirt and it makes it better to absorb the color. Let me rinse my hands real quick, just a second. Okay, so yeah, soak your shirt in vinegar. That's what we've got going on right here. And then just take that puppy out and wring out as much water as you can. You can do this with the shirt being wet, or you can let the shirt dry. It just depends on how much you want the color to ooze around in your shirt once you've put the rubber bands in. Okay, so that's pretty good because I'm going to do this wet. Now, I wish I had a better viewing platform, but this is going to work. So you'll take your shirt and you can lay it down. And like I said, there's a lot of different ways you can rubber band these, but I'm going to do just a very basic, I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to call it the crunch. This is going to be the crunch. Now for women and people with areas on their body they don't want like attention drawn to, don't do a crunch right on the boobie because that might not turn out so good. So all I'm going to do is take a bit of this fabric right here, and I'm just going to grab it and pinch it and just basically make a lump, right? And then you put your rubber band on. You can do this as few or as many times as you want. There you go. You got your rubber band on. And I'm telling you, there's like no right or wrong way to do this. You just start putting those rubber bands on. If you're interested in having fancy designs, go ahead and YouTube that, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna start going at random. I don't think I need to put it so low. Okay. Okay, so just put these on. I saw one where they just took it and they rolled it up. I think I'll do this because this will be a quick method. They rolled it up like a snake, just like this. Okay, and then put those rubber bands on. You can put as few or as many as you want. You can do one giant one. You can do 15,000 little ones, whatever you want. And thank you for the comments on my hair, everyone. My niece Kylea is a beautician and she's amazing. So if you're in the Ogden area and you need a hairdo, she's the gal to talk to. I can get you her information. She does a really good job. Okay, I'm gonna put this like this. And you know, the bigger the shirt you have, the more, of course, dye you're gonna need. So keep that in mind. And then I'm gonna get creative and do a little twisty guy right here. All right. Easy peasy. See, you can do as little as many as you want. That one is begging for a twist, isn't it? That one's begging for it. Begging for a rubber band. All right. So yes, Easter's coming up, and these are actually, this last shirt I dyed with food coloring, just, you know, these kind of things. But this time I'm going to use the leftover Easter egg stuff, because we have a lot of it. So I'm just putting my shirt on a pan, basically just to catch the drips, okay? I'll point it down a little so you can see. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to pour the stuff on. You know, you can do a shirt with, you know, one color. You can do it with 10 colors. Just keep in mind, like on that other shirt I showed you that was already finished, we kind of put too much, I think, too much color. So just keep that in mind, and then, you know, don't oversaturate it, because then it'll just be one gloopy glob. Alright, so I'm going to start pouring this on. Oh yeah, I got some pink. If you want this more, you know, more of a bold color when you're using your Easter egg coloring stuff, don't put as much water. This one's going to be cool. This will be a lot different than the first one. Let's see, got some deep black. This is total science. I always love these sciencey things. Something with the vinegar, you guys. Vinegar lately has kind of been in my wheelhouse. So I'm gonna leave a few places on this shirt white, because the other one was just too much. I think we need some more pink, since this shirt's gonna be Xandri's in the end. Throw some more pink on there. See, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just putting the goop on the rubber bands. So that's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave some white hanging out. And then what you want to do, they say on all the instructions, and I gotta grab the baggie, 1 second. Okay, they say on the instructions you should put it in a bag. The first one I put in a grocery sack, and that would work well. But just plop it in a bag and let it hang out for a couple hours. You can let it hang out overnight if you want, totally up to you. But that's it. And it also said if you set it in a sunny spot, like or excuse me, a warm spot, like on a heater vent or in your windowsill that's sunny, that it kind of helps the dye do its business quicker, I guess. Is the best way I can say that. So I'll just let this hang out in here. And again, as much or as little dye as you know, food coloring or Easter egg coloring as you want, but just make sure you're putting the color over the rubber bands, otherwise there's no sense in having the rubber bands on there, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let that sit for a couple hours. I'm going to take it out, and it's going to be like this, sort of. I'll give this a good wash, and then I'll put a picture of it in the comments so you can see how it's going to change. It'll be a little bit lighter. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. That's a good way to use up your egg dye. And I mean, you saw how much I poured on there. I didn't use much, and I've still got tons left. So I could tie-dye my whole house at that rate. Okay, thanks for joining in. Happy Wowza Wednesday. Things are good. Easter's coming up on April Fool's Day, so I can only imagine what some of those Easter eggs are going to be filled with this year. It's my brother's birthday on April Fool's. Very fitting day for my brother to be born on April Fool's. Love you, brother. All right, if you guys do this project, I would really love to see your outcome, because there's infinite ways that this can come out, you know, and if you have done this before and you actually know some cool patterns or something, share with us, because we always love to learn, right? So thank you. Thanks for joining me. And you have a fantastic day, and we'll be seeing you soon with your results and my results, and I'll post it in the comments in a couple hours, okay? Goodbye! Happy Wowza Wednesday!